Scotland just seems to be like really going out of its way to turn into China. It's just like they're not even trying to hide it anymore, right? ICO to step in after schools use facial recognition technology to speed up the lunch queue. Yeah, I'm certain that's why they want to adopt it. You don't just have to have more checkouts open or something like that. The sensible things that would actually speed up the lunch queue. No, we need facial recognition technology. We need a database of what everyone looks like. Yeah, that's the sensible option. Privacy campaigners raised concerns after 9 schools in North Ayrshire scanned faces of pupils to take payments. The Information Commissioner's Office is to intervene over concerns about the use of facial recognition technology on pupils queuing for lunch in school canteens in the UK. That is such an overkill solution to a minor problem that could be resolved with much simpler and much less invasive other solutions. 9 schools in North Ayrshire began taking payments for school lunches this week by scanning the faces of their pupils, according to a report in the Financial Times, and more schools are expected to follow. The ICO, an independent body set up to uphold information rights in the UK, said it would be contacting North Ayrshire Council about the move and urged a less intrusive approach where possible. The less intrusive approach is to open more checkouts. Just open more checkouts. See, instead of having one lunch lady serving everyone, maybe have two, maybe have three. I'm sure you've got enough lunch ladies. And lunch ladies don't involve, completely violating everyone's privacy, having their faces on a fucking database. What are you smoking? An ICO spokesperson said that organisations using facial recognition technology must comply with data protection law before, during, and after its use, adding, data protection law provides additional protections for children, and organisations need to carefully consider the necessity and proportionality of collecting biometric data before they do so. Organisations should consider using a different approach if the same goal can be achieved in a less intrusive manner. Yes, and there are a bunch of different solutions. They just decided to go for the full 1984 one. And we know why they chose that. This wasn't just I made a silly mistake. No, they know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. We are aware of the introduction and will be making inquiries in North Ayrshire with North Ayrshire Council. The company supplying the technology claimed it was more COVID secure than other systems as it was cashless and contactless and sped up the lunch queue, cutting the time spent on each transaction to 5 seconds. Other types of biometric systems, principally fingerprint scanners, have been used in schools in the UK for years, but campaigners say the use of facial recognition technology is unnecessary. Yes, it is, as is fingerprint scanners. Just take the money. This is a business transaction. It's almost like the real world is trying to do what websites do, but they're like, yeah, you can totally use our service, but you just need to hand over all of your fucking data and then, tick that, the terms and conditions. Yeah, I've read it and agree to it. That part that nobody fucking reads because it turns out that there isn't actually enough time in the fucking day for everyone to read every EULA that they fucking, UELA even, that they agree to. Yeah, we're allowed to, sell your data to, other companies. Data is such big business online, and basically what websites have been doing for ages with that, it looks like the real world is trying to do it too. And one thing I can guarantee you, see these databases with all the fingerprints and all the fucking faces and everything logged into it, the police have access to it. They do. You know for a fact they do. Because that's its true purpose. Silky Carlo, the director of Big Brother Watch, I like Big Brother Watch. They're a good bunch. They do good work. Told the Guardian the campaign group had written to schools using facial recognition systems, setting out their concerns and urging them to stop immediately. No child should have to go through border-style identity checks just to get a school meal. Imagine having to do all that fucking glory to our Stotska. Like, peppers, please. Fucking shit. Just to get your, dried out spaghetti or burger that's about 2% actual meat. He said that we are supposed to live in a democracy, not a security state. Yeah, well, I believed that too. But, that's definitely not the case. This is highly sensitive personal data that children should be taught to protect, not to give away on a whim. Now, that's a very, very good point. Maybe that is why they want to adopt it in schools, because handing over such personal information like digital scans of your face and fingerprints and stuff like that, if children go all the way through school doing that shit, then when they're older, they'll just think that's normal. What are you talking about? That's just the done thing. Like, you just give your data over to governments and corporations. What are you talking about? You know, raising people into stuff like that. It's very powerful. It's very strong. But this is the way it's always been. I've always given my data to the government, and I've never thought to question it. Yeah, that's one of the key reasons why they're doing it to the kids young. That's why. So that they think something like that is completely fucking normal when it's not. This biometrics company has refused to disclose who else children's personal info would be shared with, and there are some red flags here for us. The technology is being installed in schools in the UK by a company called CRB Cunningham's. David Swanston, its managing director, told the Financial Times it is the fastest way of recognising someone at the till. In a secondary school, you have around about 25-minute period to serve potentially 1,000 pupils. So we need fast throughput at the point of sale. More dinner ladies. More checkouts. There you go. Problem solved. The problem's fucking solved. Live facial recognition technology that scans crowds to identify faces has been challenged by civil rights campaigners because of concerns about consent. CRB Cunningham said that the system being installed in UK schools was different. Parents had to give explicit consent, and cameras check against encrypted faceprint templates stored on school servers. And if anybody from InfoSec is watching, you will know that there's absolutely nothing more concrete than a school server. Oh, it's unbreakable. Unbreakable, even though those are the things that most hackers at the start of their career practice on. And they're pretty much always successful. A spokesperson for North Ayrshire Council said that its catering system contracts were coming to a natural end, allowing the introduction of new IT which makes our service more efficient and enhances the pupil experience using innovative technology. Yes, and it may absolutely do those things, but at what cost? Because I can guarantee you, I like everybody knows how you people operate. You have not installed this technology because you wanted to make queues faster. You did it so that you could gather this data and sell it on. That's why you've done it. Don't pretend like this is the fake reason. This is the one that's on the advert. This is the reason that they promote to sell their product. The real reason is something that they won't even put in the small print. They added, given the ongoing risks associated with COVID-19, the council is keen to have contactless identification as this provides a safer environment for both pupils and staff. Facial recognition has been assessed as the optimal solution that will meet all our requirements. No, I've already described several optimal solutions that do not involve violating everyone's right to privacy. The council said 97% of children or their parents had given consent for the new system. Well, then those are bad parents, and those children need to be educated better about predatory IT companies. A Scottish Government spokesperson said that local authorities, as data controllers, had a duty to comply with general data protection regulations, and that schools must by law adhere to strict guidelines on how they collect, store, record and share personal data. Now the thing about this is, yes, companies are not allowed to just share your data willy-nilly. You have to agree to it first, and the bit where you agree, well, that is hidden deep within the small print of the contract that you initially agree to. Right, check it on every single company, every single website, everything that you sign up and you tick that little form. Basically, there's an entire section of, yeah, we're only allowed to share your data if you give us your consent, so give us your consent. And you don't read it and you tick it, and that's what they do. They settle on your data. Hayley Dunn, a business leadership specialist at the Association of School and College Leaders, said there would need to be a strict privacy and data protection controls on any companies offering this technology, of which there is not. You probably waived those rights when you signed the contract. Leaders would also have legitimate concerns about the potential for cyber ransomware attacks and the importance of storing information securely, which they would need reassurances around before implementing any new technology. Well, it seems the technology has already been implemented, and we all know the real reason why they're pushing this. This has nothing at all to do with making queues faster, right? That's just the bullshit reason that they're using to sell their product. They have no interest whatsoever in making queues faster. That's just a convenient way for them to slide this shit into our fucking schools. And it makes kids think that, oh, this is just completely normal to hand over such sensitive information to a faceless corporation, which they then sell for big profit or hand over to the government when someone is saying or doing things that they don't like. Bad idea, bullshit. Parents should never have agreed to this. Get this the fuck out of schools.